the dick off the table based upon my standard. You aren't gonna get hold of this dick if you ain't being the woman I need you to be. You need to realize that you need to cook, clean. You gotta understand that you're not the only woman. And if you can accept that, that's fine. That's just the beginning, because you gotta work hard for me, because I work hard for me. So that means if you get with me, it's not gonna be easy street, because I need to be satisfied, because it ain't no happy wife, happy life bullshit. It's happy Steve, happy Steve.
Being strong with self, understanding who you are, that is the biggest defense to bitch ass weak men.
And there's no excuses for the men not to be strong. But see, there's so many forces. And then so many men are embracing weakness.
I can't stand weak men. Like, I don't like to talk to them. It's hard for me to talk to these losers. I've always been a winner at the winner's table.
You know, I believe it's a sin to impregnate a woman who can't raise a child, you know, or impregnate a woman who's not fit to be a mother. And I think we have a responsibility in what we see today in these weak ass little feminine boys.
I can't tell another man what to do, but I can't dress feminine. I can't wear nail polish. It's just something that I can't do. Why? Because if I'm walking down the street and somebody's having trouble with a flat tire, I want them to feel that they can come to me and ask me, hey man, could you help me out with this? Because those are the type of things that a man will help out with. So I need to look like a man so they can know where to come for help.
Yeah, it is such a thing as toxic masculinity in the minds of bitch ass motherfuckers.
Talk about masculinity, assertiveness, authenticity, transparency. How can a guy who's straight up and honest with what he does be toxic?
If the media can train you to think something bad about it, you hear the word and you want to instantly have a certain reaction. You stop thinking, you start feeling. And when people learn to think and feel and not think through their feelings, that's when they can evaluate a person holistically. And they can say, is this toxic masculinity, or did I just hear something I didn't like? And why did I not like it? And only let me go within myself to see why.
I don't never look at no motherfucker and say, oh, that's a toxic masculine motherfucker. I never ever had, I didn't even know. That was an invented concept from a weak motherfucker that was like, I'm just tired of this motherfucker trying to tell me what to do and bully you over me with this bullshit.
What's going to make you successful is just understanding who you are and getting your mind right and being happy with who you are. That is the thing that's going to really make you successful. Because after you get all the toys, after you get all these things going on, you've had sex with all the women you want to have sex with, you traveled all the places, you're still going to be you, and you're going to always come back to you.
Why do I do this? Why are we even doing this documentary? I want guys to be in the best position possible. There's no way that I'm raising my voice or calling you a bitch ass nigga because I'm trying to hurt your feelings. I'm calling you a bitch ass nigga because you're doing bitch ass nigga shit. And if you continue doing bitch ass nigga shit, you're going to end up in bitch ass nigga situations. You get what I'm saying? So when I call you a bitch ass nigga, trust me, it's because I love you.
Yo, good.
What up? What up? What up? What up?
I want to say this: when the beat dropped, and then it faded out, and then you came in and said what you said about bitch ass nigga tendencies. To me, that was a dope crescendo. I like the way, you know what I'm saying, but I know that takes years of just understanding how to evoke the type of feeling or convey the overall message you want to convey. So
yes, sir. And shout out to Lucario because he edited that joint.
Oh, all right, there you go. L out there doing things. Shout out to L and shit.
Yes, sir.
All right. So guys, y'all see the link right here. 14 days, exactly 2 weeks. 2 Saturdays from now, we gonna be in Miami.
Yes, sir.
Are you gonna be there? So, Miles, before we go ahead, fam.
No, I was just saying, get your tickets, guys. Shout out to Renee P. She got the link in the chat right now. Copy paste that into your browser and go to the joint and get your tickets. By the way, we doing the raffle tomorrow. We doing the raffle to have dinner with the Game Kings Friday evening before the event. So make sure you purchase your tickets and so you can be a part of the raffle. All right, get you a chance to win. All right. And sorry, real quick, get your soap real quick. Highlight the Masculine Identity Natural Luxury soap, man. I just made a brand new batch too. So yeah, shout out to the soap, man. Appreciate you.
And Miss Renee P, the Incomparable. Here we go, girl. You right there with it. All right.
Yes.
There we go. So y'all go get that. Go wash your stinky ass. Go wash the bitch ass nigga up off you. Go do that post haste. Let that water hit you with that soap. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
So let me plug the joint right quick. Woman's investment determines her actions towards you. And let me just throw this up here real quick. The less emotionally invested a woman is, the more financial compensation she requires. I want guys to understand that there is a distinct difference between, y'all know my saying and shit, hashtag her debit card works too, right? Now, the reason why I feel like that's a profound quote or a profound hashtag is this reason right here. The way that women spend money on men versus how men spend money on women, it differs.
Yeah.
This is how it differs. Men typically spend money with the expectation that something favorable is going to come. Women typically spend money to show appreciation for what already came. Right? I need guys to understand that. Okay, let me say that shit one more time. Men typically spend money with the expectation of what they hope to come. Women spend money for appreciation for what already came, right? So women typically, there are exceptions, but women typically do not spend money on men they don't like. In other words, when a woman is feeling you, she is sexually attracted to you first and foremost, but she's actually feeling you. And one, she wants to show her appreciation for what you already brought, right? That's basically her just reciprocating the value that she's already gotten from you being, from her being in your life, right? I want guys to understand that. So if you're dealing with women, they never break out that debit card, they act like they really don't want to do shit for you, it's because they're not really invested in what you got going on, right? Even if you're dealing with a woman and you guys are seeing each other for months and you take her out, but she never really offers to pay, right? She don't really do shit but just show up, whether it's having sex or show up to your dates. She's not really invested, right? You'll know when a woman is investing herself in a situation or investing. One is when she does shit above and beyond the call of duty. I need guys to understand that. Miles, you want to speak to that before we get into this?
I want to also say that a woman's investment should be a direct, there should be more of a direct correlation between what the man requires and what the woman decides to invest. Because there are situations where a woman gives you what she feel like she want to give you, or she give you what you feel like you deserve, or she'll, you know, like how a man will buy a woman a bowling ball for Christmas, but the woman be like, oh, you go ahead and use it to go bowling, and the dude is like secretly he really bought that gift for himself. You get what I'm saying? So you have to understand agendas and interest in certain other things. So the thing is that a woman investing in you should be, in my opinion, should be a direct correlation with what you require of her and what your program is and the vision that you have for the relationship and the direction of the relationship or the family or whatever type of situation you got going on. You see what I'm saying? So like, you know, you got to be careful, and you have to still let a woman know what it is. Let her, like, not that you tell her what to buy you, but give her an understanding of why she's there and how she can enhance the journey. You understand? And then watch how she invests. You understand? Watch how she invests. Like, see what she actually does to help you. See what she does to enhance the situation. And because, you know, if you're a I don't know, if you're a carpenter and she, you know, she's always giving you some other, like, I don't know, if you're a carpenter and she's always giving you some electrical shit, you know, it doesn't make sense. You get what I'm saying? Like, you got to know, your woman has to be able to look at the situation, use her common sense and be like, well, how can I enhance his journey? How can I be an addition or an asset to the situation? Not just buy me shit, you know, not just buy me shit just to be flashy or just to, you know what I'm saying? Like, it has to make sense. So, and I think that comes from the man having a certain program, having a certain masculine identity, so that woman knows how to follow it.
Real quick, Jay Roman, before you chime in, I just want to show people something, even something as simple as this. My ex purchased this for me. Right? It's a joint where you can plan your videos and, you know what I'm saying, just so, you know, right? So, you know, and it's something simple, but she understood that this is what he's doing. I want to be supportive in any way that I can. Right. I want to make it easier for him.
Real talk.
Right. And a lot of times when women are dealing with you and they are investing, that's what it is. Right. A woman who really gives a fuck about you, she wants to make shit easier for you where she can. Right. And when she can. And sometimes, and Miles, you alluded to it earlier, sometimes she'll do it of her own volition, which is all well and good. But you also want to be in a position where you can instruct women and direct women to do things that you require of them, and they do it with a smile on their face.
Right.
Right. Jay Roman, you want to add to this, fam, before we get into these video clips?
No. Let's go ahead and get into the clips. Can everybody hear me okay?
Yeah, we got it.
Yes, sir.
I think what you guys are stating is pretty self-explanatory almost, you know. If you don't see her doing things like this, then you already know where you stand at with her.
Thanks.
And let me add this. Let me add this right quick. Now, these videos, I got to give my disclaimer, right? Because I can't co-sign lazy nigga shit, right? I can't co-sign that. But the reason why I selected these videos, because I want guys to see what it looks like when women go all in for the man or the man that they're dealing with. Okay, even if you don't necessarily agree with how they're doing it, I want you to see what it looks like when women go all in. And you're gonna see that. But go ahead, everyone.
Yeah. Let me kind of give the audience like a. My woman doesn't give me a gift or anything, right? But when my mom passed, is very, very tough for me. Now, my woman never met my mom at all, not one bit. She was already passed before me and for me and my lady even started hanging out or anything like that. But one of the stories I told her was, us eating seafood together. Me and my mom, she loves seafood. I love seafood. And every year we would get together, go to this seafood joint and bar, sit at the bar, drink Long Island iced teas and eat seafood, right? Just me and her having these conversations. Not 1 year has gone by since that on the anniversary of my mom's passing that she provides me or takes me out to go eat seafood. Now, of course, there's no gift that could ever, replace my mom or anything like that. But the thought of doing it and acknowledging something, and I have to be honest, there's some times that in my head, I'm like, man, I don't even feel like going to eat no seafood or nothing like that. But she does it, and it's such a thoughtful gesture that was not prompted at all. And I think that's the investment that she does in mine, not only just, me, but knowing very well that it's a moment that can't be recreated, but it can be acknowledged and part of the anniversary every year for it.
There we go. So let's get to these videos. Again, I don't support lazy niggas. You know what I'm saying? But we're gonna get to this. Let's get to this. Let me grab the first one.
What's your age?
I'm 26.
Are you single?
No.
How long you had a man?
We've been together for 4.5 years.
Would Would you want your relationship to be 50-50 with your man or traditional?
Personally, I'm the breadwinner in my relationship.
You're the breadwinner.
Correct, yeah. So I take care of my man. I take care of our rent. I take care of a lot of our bills. He does chip in when he can. I think overall, at the end of the day, if you think that you're going to be married one day, your finances are all going to be shared at that point, legally. So if you're going to be spending your whole life together, it doesn't really matter who it's coming from because you're going to have those finances being shared.
Hold on. You don't feel like that puts you in a masculine role or put so much pressure on you to take care of him?
No, I think it's a very just shared position. We care about each other, so we take care of each other. Just if your mom or something, for whatever reason, her income changed and was making less money, you wouldn't be oh, I'm not going to take care of you because it's going to make me less masculine or whatever.
This is how it's been for the last 4 years.
The last 2.5. Before then, everything was pretty even.
Okay, so this is what I want to say about that. Now, under the original video, there were a lot of guys hating on the other guy. They was hating. They was saying shit like, "See, there's messed up. There are good men out here that would take care of her and not require her to pay anything, but yet she's with this bum." Now, regardless of what you think about her situation or about her man, this is a woman who's all in. She doesn't concern herself with the fact that, yeah, I'm making the most money. Hey, I'm going to do what I got to do to help out, to make sure that everything is cool, the bills is paid. I'm not sweating that. We're together. It don't matter. Now, again, I'm not with, because when she said chip in where he can, I'm like, God damn, dude, what are you doing? What do you mean chip in? As a man, you shouldn't be chipping in. Now, if you got a woman who's the breadwinner and she's paying the majority of the bills, that doesn't necessarily equate to her taking care of you, right? But if you got a woman who's paying your bills because you got a low-paying job or you just too lazy to work, I think that's problematic.
Right.
What do you guys got to say about that?
Well, just listening to the video, it's they didn't get into the details, but it seems like whatever they're doing right now works for them. And sometimes that's the most important thing, because you got to understand that as a man, your presence in a woman's life can mean so much, right? A lot of times just her knowing that she got a man at home makes her feel confident and at ease enough to even take on a job and bring home the money. You get what I'm saying? So it's certain things like that a man provides that are priceless, that a lot of people don't even realize. But so if it works for them, it works for them. However, in the ideal world, yes, it's the man who's bringing it home. It's the man who's dealing with it. But we don't know. He could have a grand plan. He could have her, investing in certain things. He could have the money working for them in different ways. He could be a stay-at-home dude where he's doing some drop shipping or some shit like that, or maybe he's watching the kids, or maybe he's home sitting, or maybe he's working on a certification online or some shit.
Or a business. He could be working on a business.
Yeah, or a side business. Who knows? You get what I'm saying? Maybe she didn't want to totally get into the details. But the one thing that I noticed about the situation, and that's the reason why I said it might be working for them, is because she seemed totally comfortable and confident talking about it.
Facts. I noticed that too.
You see what I'm saying? Another woman would have been like, yeah, my man, yeah, especially another type of woman, but let me not even. But another type of woman would have been like, yeah, my man, he just be at home on his game and shit, PlayStation, whatever, and blah, blah, blah. I'm the breadwinner. I'm the boss bitch. I'm the diva. I'm this, I'm that. You get what I'm saying? She wasn't like that. She was just explaining it as if she's totally comfortable, totally confident, and whatever's going down in their household, it works. And so, and what I mean, and to get back to the title, it says a woman's investment determines her actions towards you, and not just her actions, but her behavior towards you. So when she's speaking of you, she behaves a certain way. Her attitude, like I said, was very comfortable and confident, even though she's the breadwinner. You get what I'm saying? But she was talking about him as if he's still the man. He's the leader. He's still the leader. You understand? And she's confident in his leadership. So it means something.
Miles, I think you're totally right on that, because not only was she just saying it, but openly saying it. I'm quite sure there's people around with no disregard to anybody. Like, you know what? Yeah, this is what we do.
Yeah.
And even when she was talking, she always said our.
Right.
You know,
Right.
like I pay our rent. I pay, so, and then she says, well, the investment is for the future. If you plan on being married and plan on being with somebody, why aren't you doing it now? Why aren't you investing in that future right now? And I think she totally gets it. And the first thing I always think of is like a starving artist or something, like maybe he's a musician and, things are going good, then they're not, or whatever. But, it doesn't matter what he's doing. Apparently she sees the worth in him more than just money. And I think that's the complete balance that men need to understand, is that we're worth more than just the money we bring.
Right.
And if you feel like that is all, then you are discrediting yourself and there's a lack in you.
Exactly.
And let me say this, and like Miles, you said it, you hit it on the head. She felt very comfortable. She didn't have any apprehension about it. She didn't have any, I'm doing it. Hopefully things get better. She was like, she did it with glee, like, I'm doing it, and I'm holding it down for my man. Here's the thing, and Jay Roman, you alluded to it earlier. She sees the value in him past money, and she also said something that was very important. Every dollar coming into that house, regardless of who's earning it, is community money.
Mm-hmm.
So it doesn't matter who's bringing it in. She says, this is for us. It's not your money is for us and my money is for me. No, every penny coming into this house, even if I'm the breadwinner, it's for us, baby. I got it.
Right.
I got it. You take the time to get right. I got it. I'm going to hold it down for us.
Right.
Doesn't that sound like a man's mindset?
It does, but
the statement, like the money, like honestly, when you're taking care of a family, you don't think the money you making is just for you. It's for the survival of the family.
Everybody. It's for the betterment of the whole. Yeah.
And I say that because his mindset is now her mindset.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Right. She's in a man. She's
influence
because she's bringing it home.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. So real quick, guys, if y'all got a question, put a Q in the chat. I'm gonna go ahead and throw the number up here, Miles. It's good to go, right?
Yeah. The phone lines is open, guys. Call in if y'all ready. Call in.
Guys, if you got a Q in the chat, you got a Q in the chat. If you got a question, put a Q in the chat followed by your question. The call-in line is open, 919-647-9392. Don't be taking all goddamn day, guys.
Right.
Do the shit now. So we're gonna get into the second video. Now, this second video is a little bit more. You'll see. I ain't even gotta explain it. You'll just see it for yourself. Hold on real quick. Let me snatch that motherfucker up and we're gonna get into this shit.
I stopped dating around the time when I found out that there are women out here who are giving their boyfriends their work.
She ain't lying. I had a coworker who worked 3 jobs. 3 jobs. We worked at a nursing home together from 3 p.m. to 11 p.m. And on some nights, I knew she was tired, so I would tell her, go get you a nap in. I got the residence. Just go rest. And one night we was just talking, and she was just opening up to me and telling me, stuff about her life, whatever. And I had asked her, why does she work so hard? Like, I was like, whatever it is you're working hard for, I hope you get it, girl. And I hope you get it soon, so you won't have to work so hard. That lady looked me dead in my damn eyes and told me she worked 3 jobs to pay for her boyfriend child support because she didn't want him to go to jail. That was the last night I covered for her to take a nap because
So the last part she said, that was the last night I covered for her. I want people to understand what she said. Whatever you working hard to get, I hope you get it. Right. Then when she found out I'm working hard to keep my man out of jail, she like, fuck him. I thought this was for you. And that's why she's single. Right. Now, here's the thing. Here's my disclaimer. Guys, pay your damn child support. Now, I will say this. If you got a woman that's down to do that, I ain't mad at you. I ain't mad at you at all.
I'm not answering. I'm not answering any more anonymous calls. I'm not answering any more anonymous calls. If you can see this or hear this, I'm not answering any more anonymous calls. Yeah, all y'all trolls gonna die slow.
There we go. So Unique says, Miles, you once said that you dated a woman who earned more than you, but you led the finances by advising on how to invest her money to double it and keep her finances stable. You earn more.
Right.
Out of my 4 relationships, 3 of the women made more than me. One, she made double what I made. So, in this YouTube space, a lot of guys, they say shit like, "Oh, there's no way you can get a woman to be with you in a serious relationship if she makes more money or pay more of the bills. She won't respect you. That's not the natural order of things." And my thing is, speak for yourself, nigga. Speak for yourself. Here's the reality, and I'm gonna go back to this. Let me bring this back up. Appreciate the comment, Unique. I gotta bring this back up. The less emotionally invested a woman is, the more financial compensation she requires. The more emotionally invested a woman is in you, the less it becomes about money, and it becomes more about y'all. And it becomes more about, what can I do, babe, to make this easy for us? What do you need me to do? What do you require of me?
Right. Now, no calls.
Anonymous. Okay, now I just need you guys to understand that. Now, again, guys, pay your goddamn child support. That's your shit. Go ahead, man.
Yeah. So yeah, that
Go ahead, Jerome.
that example that Unique brought up. You got to understand. I was in a situation where my woman made more money than me, but she needed the leadership. You understand? She needed the leadership of budgeting, investment, and all that other stuff. You understand? Like I was so heavy into like investing and understanding certain things about money at a young age that I put that same woman that I was with, I put her friend on, and she was able to buy her first home, and that was all because of the advice that I gave to her, which she gave to her girlfriend. You get what I'm saying? So, again, the presence of a man in a home is bigger than just him being the breadwinner. You understand? Because a logical mind can help a woman out. Like, there's a lot of women out there, like a lot of those boss bitch diva chicks you see, a lot of them are living paycheck to paycheck. A lot of them have to save. You see them going to Dubai and doing all the shit they do. These bitches are saving up for these trips. They're not just going because that's a part of the budget. A lot of them actually need a man to set things in motion where, okay, we got our money going into a high yield account. We got our money being invested in the stock market. We bought some crypto over here. We saving money over here. We got a little emergency stash fund over here. You understand what I'm saying? We got a Christmas account. So when Christmas comes, we don't even need to pull money out of nothing. We already got the Christmas money saved up. We got if we need to pay taxes because we got a little side hustle business, we already got that money saved up. Like it takes a man to have that type of logical thinking a lot of the times. Yes, I'm not saying there are not women out there that don't know how to budget. I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is, a lot of times when it comes to the discipline and the logical mindset that it takes to save money and allocate funds and to be disciplined about it, it requires a man's mind. And so you can have a man who, like in my situation, I wasn't making as much money as my woman, but I was running the budget. And at the end of the month, in only 2 months, in only 1 month, she saw the effectiveness. And in 2 months, we had money saved up to go on trips. It was just like that. And initially, I had to, and I said this before, but initially I had to drag her kicking and screaming because she didn't understand what I was doing, and she didn't fully trust what I was doing, because, like a lot of women, their previous relationships have been with men that are subpar when it comes to certain things. You get what I'm saying? So they could only judge based on their experience. So she didn't trust me immediately. You get what I'm saying? But after the first month, she saw we had money left over, and then the second month we had enough money to fucking not just go out to dinner, but we had money to go on trips. She was like, "Oh shit, we could go to such and such. We could go see my family. We could go do it." All you have to do is listen to me. You
There
see
you
what I'm
go.
saying?
And you know, let me say this. This is what a lot of guys don't understand. Your ability to be able to teach a woman something is invaluable. It's worth more than money, right? Because that knowledge that you give them stays with them for life, right?
Exactly.
So, you know, my ex, who made twice as much as me, right? Of course, I'm having her pay more of the bills because she make more money. But
damn right.
What was so funny though is I was better with money than her. My credit was better. I had more money saved up than she had because she made a lot of money, but she spent a lot. So I
Exactly.
had to rein in her spending. So much like your situation, Miles, she didn't trust me at first, but I sat her down and I helped her get her credit together. I helped her with her debt so she can, you know, get rid of some of that debt so she can get better interest rate on car loans and things like that.
Yes,
I helped her with all of that, right? So just because, and this is the problem with a lot of guys, y'all listen to the internet. Y'all listen to what women say about, oh, I want a man with 6 figures. Oh, I don't want to pay no bills. I ain't doing this. I ain't doing that. Y'all listen to that. But in real life, it ain't quite like what you're hearing. But also, a lot of those women who feel some type of way about them paying any bills or a good amount of their money is going to bills. The reason why a lot of women feel that way is because they've been that woman that invested, like the woman in the video. But they got burned. They got mistreated by the guy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that's why they feel some type of way. It's not that they weren't down for it. They was. Right? A lot of women are, more so than you think. It's just what happens is they invest too much of themselves in the wrong guy.
Yeah.
And they feel like never again. I won't do that ever again. So that's why a lot of women feel some type of way about, I'm not fucking with no guy that ain't making X amount of dollars and he got to pay everything because I got fucked over before. So at least I'm going to get something out of it. Like a lot of women have this type of mentality because they were dealing with fuck niggas that had no vision, who didn't know how to lead. They didn't realize they had a down ass chick, a ride or die in their corner, and they fucked her over.
Right.
You want to add to that?
Yeah, I got a lot of thoughts going through my head. But the one that keeps really popping up is that even outside of money, right? Miles, you were saying, you know, there's women that make a lot of money, but they're bad with money. Some women make a lot of money and they're great with money.
Right.
Where's that balance come from? Is that a number?
No, that's a real number.
Okay, let's go ahead.
Hold on to that thought. I wanna hear you expand on that. But we got 720. You're on live with a Manhood is a Skill Set show. We got your host Kay Zaggin, and then we also got Jay Roman and Miles. Name, age, city. How can we help you?
Hey, what's up, fellas? Mike, 34, Colorado. How y'all doing, man?
All right, Mike, 34, Colorado. How you doing, bro?
I'm doing good, man. So my question is, do y'all think a woman with a lot of guy friends is like a negative characteristic in a woman?
What do you think? What do you think personally? Tell us what you think about it personally. Here's the thing, caller. Give us your synopsis and your viewpoint without other people's influences or opinions. What do you personally think?
So what I think is, and I don't know if this is wrong or right, but I think that a woman keeps a lot of guys like in the background. So like if things don't work out, she could go to like another dude for like either attention or, you know, sexual attention or whatever. So when things go wrong with y'all, she kind of has that to fall back on.
Okay, so here's the thing. There's validity to what you're saying, but that's not the case with all women, right? That's not the case with all women. This is what it boils down to. Based on how you run your life, based on how you deal with your relationships, you need to be okay with whatever is going on. So the bottom line is this. If whatever the woman is doing, if it doesn't have an impact on what you got going on with her, then you shouldn't put too much stock in that. Now, me personally, right? I don't care that a woman knows dudes, that she's cool with dudes. I don't care about that. My thing is this. I can't come home from working as a nigga sitting on my couch. Right? That can't happen. Shit like that can't happen. Right? And let me expound upon what I mean even more. One of my exes, she had a best friend, female best friend, and her best friend was married, right? And her husband had a female best friend, and this female best friend would always interject her opinion in his marriage. and he would always go to this female best friend, and he would share very personal, intimate goings-ons in his marriage with this other woman. That's problematic. Okay, number one, that's disloyal, right? That's extremely disloyal for you to have private conversations, very vulnerable conversations with your significant other, and they're sharing that shit with other people, especially someone of the opposite sex who will a lot of times use that intel to get their way in, right? So oftentimes, any decision you make when you say, I don't want a woman having male friends, it can't be based on insecurity or jealousy. It has to be based on logic and just practical reasoning. I'm gonna pass it to y'all.
So caller, when it comes to cheating and the possibility of cheating, the only thing I believe that a man logically has to combat cheating is consistency.
Okay.
So let me explain what I mean. When you, and this is what the masculine identity is all about. This is why I preach gratitude, consistency of character, and having a program. Okay. So what I mean is, if you're consistent with your woman, meaning you guys have date night, like scheduled date nights, you guys see each other and things are scheduled, right? There's a certain way that you move with her. There's protocols put in place where she behaves a certain way around you consistently. She knows that when we're walking on the street, you know, she's holding your hand and she's walking on the inside. She knows that if you're out someplace and she's getting up to go to the bathroom, she's going to lean over and tell you, hey, I'm headed to the bathroom. I'll be right back. Or there are certain protocols that is set in place by you mostly, and she follows them. Now, am I gonna hire a private investigator and have my woman surveilled 24 hours a day to make sure she's not cheating? Hell fucking no. I will not waste my money. I will not waste my stress. I will not waste my time, and I will not waste my energy. But what I will do is I will keep my finger on the pulse of the consistency of my woman's behavior and the way she shows up for me. Okay? Once I see that shit starts to falter, like let's just say she starts showing up late. Let's just say she starts canceling date nights. Let's just say we supposed to fuck and she's like, oh, I don't feel like it tonight, and giving me excuses. That is what I'm focused on. Will I ever say to her, are you fucking another nigga? I will never say that. What I will say is, you're falling off your consistencies, babe. You're falling off your consistencies, honey. I'm gonna need you to get back on it. And if I see you continue to falter, time between us will be reduced. And sometimes the time between us will be reduced so much so that she gets fired or charged completely.
Right.
So I will never have to actually worry about another nigga. I only have to worry about the consistency of my woman. So once she decides to fall off her consistency, and here's the beautiful part, it doesn't matter the reason. It could be another nigga. It could be stress in her life that she doesn't want to talk to me about. It could be her girlfriend, her family, whatever. But the bottom line is, she's falling off and she's not coming to me. She's not coming to me and saying, my king, listen, things are happening in my life right now, and that's a part of the reason why I keep fucking up, and so on and so forth, and I apologize, and I plan to do better. And then if she starts to do better, then she gets back into the graces of God. If she continues to falter, I don't care what the reason is.
Right.
Because the reason, whatever the reason is, it's causing you to fall off of my program. And the more you fall off of my program is the more you cannot be on my program. So that means I don't ever have to argue. I don't ever have to get jealous. I don't ever have to worry about nothing. Because once you fall all the way off of the program, you're done. You're fired.
Facts.
Right.
And whatever's keeping you off my program is going to keep you over there and give me room so I can find somebody better who could be on my program. Do you understand?
Yeah.
I don't need to ever worry about another nigga. What's the point? What's the point? Because if another nigga's fucking you and you like him better, you gonna fall off the program anyway. So it's better if I just focus on my program. That's what y'all little niggas don't understand. Oh, she got body count, and she might be seeing other niggas, and other niggas be liking her pictures on Instagram. Nigga, focus on your program. Make your program immaculate, scheduled. Everything is on time. Everything is set. Everything is on point. Everything is done for the conduciveness and the betterment of the relationship. And if she falls off, you can have your, and here's a beautiful part. Your conscience is clear. Right. Because when you fire her, notice you're not firing her because you're just a fucked up asshole type nigga. No, you're firing her because she fired herself. So your conscience is clear. I don't even need to worry about, because bitch, if you don't understand the value here and you want to let another nigga fuck up your influence, by all means, go over there. I don't want you over here thinking about another nigga. If you were thinking about the nigga that hard, then probably that nigga's more compatible for you. So please go. Free. You know, Maxwell, hey, flap your pretty wings, bitch. Like, do what you do. I'm over here with a clear conscience, and I'm focused on me, and I'm focused on the next female that could actually get on my program for real, bro. My program is the most important thing. I don't care what's going on with you.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, that's heavy. I appreciate that. That's good game.
There you have it. You got any other questions, caller?
Jay, you got anything to add to that?
I'm sorry. What's that?
For me, you know, if I meet you and your best friend is Todd, Mark, James, or whatever, I don't care. That was before me. You know, that was before Jay Roman. But if we rocking and you gain in position, and then you roll up and you got a new buddy named Jim, then yeah, I'm good. You know, I'm good on the Jim. You know, people have people in their lives for reasons, right? So before they met you, maybe Paul, Jim, Mark was the movie buddy, or, you know, the dinner buddy, or the whatever it is. You know, I don't care about that. But as you spend time and then gain position, because there's only 24 hours in the day, right? So, you know, you include some of the things as Miles was saying there, that I'm going to require you to do things. You're not going to have a lot of time for other people. But if you are making this time for other people, especially somebody new, then that lets me know that you ain't really dedicated for over here. So, you know,
Right.
And I'm going to take it like that. And it don't have to be a big discussion. It don't have to be argument. It's just like, okay, you know, you're telling me you're rolling with Jim, and I ain't never heard of Jim in the last 3 years. Well, Jim is new, and you know, we don't rock like that. So there's no need to argue about it. No need to nothing. You know what to do from there.
Exactly.
You know, and a lot of times people want to come up later on, like, how come? And you're just like, hey, you know why?
You know why?
Like, truthfully, you know why? Like, you know why? What's the argument about? Right. So, you know, if that's what you are, you know, if that's what you do, like some people don't care. I have a bro. He don't care how many friends his lady got. But at the same time, when it's time for his time, for things he needs to get done, that's what he cares about. So
there you go. And most guys aren't mature enough to look at it that way. Let me say this. For anybody that got a disagreement with what's being said, feel free to call in. Just don't call in from an anonymous number, but don't talk shit in the chat. I'm sniping you. I'm getting rid of you. Don't do that.
Listen, guys, call in. It's a free call. It's a free call. It's a free call, guys. We're not. I mean, y'all could donate. We would love for y'all to donate. But this call is not like $5 a call, like when it's me and Lucario. So please, call in.
Not yet.
Not yet.
You better get on it while it's free.
Exactly.
For real. Because in 2025, I'm gonna make some alterations to some things. So you never know what they might be and what they might entail from a financial aspect. So while things are either affordable or just flat out free, get on it while you can.
Get on it. Facts.
Oh shit.
And I know it's tough for a lot of people because jealousy is almost built in, and that to me that's a female thing, right? They like to see you get jealous to know where their position is at in you. And so we've fallen into that for years, that we show a little jealousy, we show a little this and show a little that for them so they can say, okay, he does like me. Okay, he does feel like he would miss me. And okay.
Let me tell you this. Okay, and this is just my personal opinion. There are pros and cons to monogamy. One of the cons that, and I'm not saying monogamy doesn't have its place. I don't disagree with monogamy. It ain't for me though, but I don't disagree with it. But one of the cons of monogamy, or the expectation of sexual exclusivity, is ownership of people, possessiveness, people being territorial, where they do this make guard shit, where they try and watch and control what you do and how you do it and all of that. And a relationship shouldn't be a prison for anybody.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It shouldn't be. Part of why you got into the relationship was because you could be free to be yourself. And the person that you're with, they're cool with it. They appreciate and love you just the way that you are. They're not trying to change you, right? And let me just say this about change. If the woman, and for you women, if the man isn't moving how you want him to move, why get into a relationship in the first place? You know what I'm saying? That don't even make no sense, because half these issues in these monogamy-oriented relationships are people moving off of their emotions and their feelings, and you think that a person is gonna get in line simply because they got a title now. Okay, and that ain't the way it works. I just want to throw that out there.
Right.
If y'all got a question, we see some questions. I'm gonna get to them. Caller, you want to add anything, brother?
No, I appreciate that. So, basically consistency is key. Focus on what I'm doing and make sure she fall in line with that. So I appreciate that, fella. That's good game. I love the show too, man. So, keep on rocking.
I want to say this one little disclaimer though. Your consistency that you built, it has to be built for you, because that's where the longevity is going to come in. If you build it, consistency in you just for a woman, and things go awry, then your consistency will start to go awry.
Right.
You have to do it for you as part of your life, and then you're going to extend that. It's almost like in the airplane when you're when they have some turbulence or something like that, and the mask drop down or something. They tell you to put your own mask on first before you help somebody else.
Right.
That's how it is with this. You got to get yourself straight for you, so it doesn't even matter if she's there or not there.
Well, your consistency should be a standard, not out of convenience or out of obligation to the woman. It should be your standard, where every aspect of your life you have that consistency.
Okay. Appreciate that, fellas.
All right.
All right.
I got a question. No, I'm done with the caller. If y'all done with the caller.
Oh yeah, all right, Cole. Appreciate you, man. Have a good weekend, and thanks for your support. All right, and guys, call in 919-647-9392. 919-647-9392. Y'all people in the chat, instead of clocking up the chat, call in, man.
All right.
I had this question at work. and it got to be like a pretty big discussion.
What
I asked the fellas. I said, "Hey, would you rather have a woman that you heard that would jump off, like literally if she was riding somebody else, you called her, she would stop in mid-stroke and say, I gotta go, he's calling me? Or would you rather have a woman that you could not, had no respect for you, but she was the only one that was, you was the only one sleeping with her?" And so that discussion went on because a lot of people open the mind space of open relationships, right? Kind of, it's hard for them to have that, but understand the amount of respect it would take for somebody to say, hey, we have rules, we have this. He told me if I ever call, it should never go to pickup, right? But then you got one, she's only sleeping with you, but you can't even get her to do nothing. She won't even, you tell her pick me up at a certain time, she's an hour late.
Okay, here's my thing regarding that. Right, and this is what people got to understand, and this is what's so funny about relationships, right? This is how people's need to be territorial and possessive and all of that. It fucks with their logical way of thinking. Here's the thing: when you very first meet somebody new, oftentimes they're fucking somebody else. So you're sharing them sexually anyway. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, what happens is when people get into the relationship aspect of things, it's like they want to feel special, right? They want to feel special to a motherfucker, right? And the reason and the way that they think they could feel special is being the only one that has sexual access. And to me, like you said, J. Roman, it don't really mean shit when you got a woman who challenges your leadership all the time, when you got a woman who isn't respectful. You know what I'm saying? So, and my thing also is this is why I say sexual exclusivity is an illusion, because you can't prove faithfulness. Okay, where in mankind, in our history on this planet, were you able to prove, if you were married for 30 years, you can't prove that your wife never sucked another dick in those 30 years. You can't prove that. Okay? You can assume it, you can hope it, you can dream it, you can pray for it, but you can't prove that she never hopped on another dick. You can't prove it. So why even worry yourself about it?
Right.
Like Miles, you said it earlier, and J. Roman, you said it. My thing is, I'm not concerned with what you're doing when you're out of my line of vision. All I know is this, though. Whatever you were doing for me to bless you with the title of girlfriend, fiance, or wife, the moment you start slipping and not doing that shit, Houston, we got a problem.
Facts.
And it don't matter why. And my thing is this. I'm not going to sit here and rack my mind over whether or not you're fucking somebody else. I'm not going to stress myself out worrying about, could that be it? Could it be another? I don't give a fuck, like you said, Miles, and I wholeheartedly agree. I don't care why. Okay? All I know is you're slipping. You're not doing what's required of you. There's a problem. So depending on what role you're playing in my life, I'm either going to demote you,
right?
Meaning the date stop, spending the night stop, and you're going to be reduced back to the basement where there is no light. You're going to be just a fuck buddy again, right? And if you got a problem with that, then you can go bye-bye. You know what I'm saying? That's just how that shit go. But y'all
I'm gonna keep it funky, man. For me, I like exclusive gina to me, and that's because I don't want to catch nothing to have my later years messed up, and I like to stroke without no condom on. It feels great.
Oh,
so I like exclusive.
So you like to be hugged by the sugar walls? You like to be hugged?
Yeah. I like that velvet, flush velvet. You know, the smoothness. So,
but even then, J. Roman, I hear you.
Yeah, but I want them to build enough equity of respect that I've seen in them for me to understand that they understand me where this thing can happen. Okay. Now, and that's why if anything wobbles, I got to shut it down, because that's letting me know the respect ain't there. And if it ain't there right now, then it definitely ain't there when you land in somebody else's bed. So, let's go ahead and end this. So I can, because my habit that I like to do is built up. Like, I take it very seriously. Like, I need to see the test. Like Miles was saying, when you said panel, it was a long time ago. It was like almost a year ago we was talking about that.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm a panel guy. Let me see that panel. Let me see the panel, and the panel with respect, okay, you might get the feel this time.
Hold on real quick. We got a call, Miles, or was that anonymous?
Yeah, we got a call. Okay. All right, so we got 832. You're on live on the Manhood is a Skill Set show with your host, Kay Zaggin. We got J. Roman and Miles, name, age, city. How can we help you?
Yo, this is James, 31 from Texas. Before I go in, man.
Wait. Hold on. I got a funny joke that I heard on Instagram earlier. The nigga said, yo, that nigga said his name is James and he only one person. That nigga name is James. Anyway, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
That nigga stupid.
Go ahead, caller. My bad. Go ahead.
That's all good.
How old are you? How old are you real quick?
31.
31. Go ahead.
You got to have at least 1,000 on the SATs to get that. So
yeah. Hey, before I go in real quick, man, what y'all think about the Oregon and I think Ohio State game real quick before I go in real quick? What y'all think about that?
Are they playing right now, or are they already played?
No, that's later tonight. I think it's like a big, one of them big ass games.
I look forward to it then. If they
Yeah, I was laying some concrete. I didn't see nothing this morning.
You was laying concrete.
yeah.
Shout out to you,
man.
I wish I knew how to do that, man. I wish I knew.
Hit me up. I'll tell you, it's more simpler than you think.
Okay, all right, man. I swear, concrete. Always. One of them
I used
things.
to work in construction before I,
Okay.
did easier jobs. So I know how to do a lot of that stuff.
All right, so caller, go ahead.
Yeah, my bad, caller. My bad. Go ahead.
Nah, you cool shit. Jay Rome said he ain't calling Julio on one. He gonna do it himself. That's real.
Hell yeah. But I will call them if I don't want to do it.
I feel you. Hey man, so are y'all saying like a woman's investment plays a part to her actions and shit like that?
Definitely. A woman's level of investment plays a lot of part in how she treats you. So, caller, I'll give you an example. I'll give you a prime example of what I mean. There's a video that we showed, and I probably still got the clip. I might show it again. I don't know, right? Where a woman was talking about guys who offer low budget experiences when it comes to dates. So, if a guy offer a coffee date, that's a low budget experience. So she was talking about this one dude, and she was showing the text messages between her and this guy. And she basically told him, no, we're not going to do coffee. Hey, it's restaurant week. Here's a link. You pick one, right? So the guy did it. He listened to her, right? So her investment, see, here's the thing. This is what I want guys to understand about women showing up on dates. When a woman, one, if she ain't sexually attracted to you, that's one. Two, if she ain't really feeling you, she feels the only investment she needs to make is just to show up. She feels like you should be blessed by her appearance there, by her physical presence, right? A woman who actually appreciates you and she wants to make sure she stays in your good graces because she likes you and she actually wants you to deal with her past that date, hey, she's going to invest more than just her physical presence.
Mm-hmm.
And that manifests itself in relationships. So if you got a woman, for instance, who act like she's allergic to spending money, right? She's always going to be that. You know what I'm saying? Even when you get into a relationship. This is why, real quick, and I'll pass it to you, caller. This is why on the internet there was that story of a woman who, when her man lost her husband, when her husband lost his job, she gave him 30 days to get a new one, or she was going to divorce him. Okay, that means she was never there for him. She was only there for the resources and what he could do for her financially. She was never invested. But the woman who's invested would never say that type of shit to her man. But go ahead, y'all got it.
So what's the overall question again, caller? Because I
was just checking in because I was listening for a little while and I said, man, I wonder, I didn't know if y'all got into the topic earlier. I know y'all was covering a lot of different ideas and topics. I said, man, let me kind of just ask them real quick what they thoughts on that whole, when a woman's investing, that can give you a point about her actions. Like, for example, when she feels like, this is who I want to rock with. So you know what, I don't mind, washing his clothes. I don't mind, meal prepping for him. I don't mind, reminding him that, I'm going to do what he asked me to do or whatever. Just whatever. I was trying to see the correlation of her being invested and choosing to rock and her actions following that investment. I just want to get your perspective on the relation. That's all, really.
Well, it's not just one thing, right? It's her behavior, it's her attitude, it's if she does it without you even telling her. And again, as I was saying earlier, depending on how tight your game is and how like specific your program is, what does she do to actually help you? You see what I'm saying? Like, what does she do to actually help you? Like, for example, if you're a bodybuilder and you're fucking like training for Mr. Olympia, like your woman got to be down to, like you said, help with meal prep, mix your protein shakes and all. Like, there's this dude named I think his name is Jay Cutler. Jay Cutler, I think his name is. And I read an article with him, and he was saying when he's training, he does 3 workouts a day, but in between his workouts, he's laying on the couch and his wife gets him everything. She brings everything to him while he's on the couch. He don't get up for nothing. You understand what I'm saying? So, and the reason is because he has to conserve his energy to do 3 full, workouts a day on, up until his competition date. You understand? So when he's in season, he literally just works out as hard as he can. Then he sits on the couch and his wife brings him everything. The only thing she don't do is fucking piss for him. Right. So what I'm saying is, it's one thing to have a wife that does it, because you said earlier, these were the words you used. You said a woman who says, oh, I rock with this dude, so I don't mind doing this. But see, it's a difference between a woman who doesn't mind and a woman who cheerfully wants to do it. So that's that's a part of it. Like, what's her attitude when she's doing things for you? Because you got some women who they do shit, but they do it begrudgingly. Like, they do it in a way where it's like they're reluctant, or they have a little attitude like, here, nigga, take your shit, because I know you training up for your competition and whatever, your little Mr. Olympia competition. So here, take your lunch and shit. Leave me alone. Or a woman to be like, hey, babe, do you need anything? You okay? How do your muscles feel? You want a massage? Oh, I'd love to help you out with that. Matter of fact, let me get you an extra pillow to prop you up so your muscles feel a little bit different, because I know you training for your big Mr. Olympia competition coming up. You get what I'm saying?
And Miles, real quick, caller, and that's the difference between people who do shit out of obligation.
Yeah.
Like even a lot of monogamy-oriented relationships, people do it out of obligation. They really don't do it, but they make the decision to say okay because they would rather have you in their life than not having you. So they begrudgingly agree to something they really don't want to do. This is why a lot of times people really cheat, right? This is one of the reasons why people really be cheating, because they never wanted to be faithful to begin with, right? They always wanted variety. They just pretended they were going to go along with that because that was the only way they can get you.
All right,
so my advice with all this though is consistency, and I think some people, especially ladies, well, on my part, when they find out you're a certain type of way, you like certain things, they'll do those things for you in the beginning like nothing, because they want you, right?
I'm trying to get you.
They're trying to get you. But the thing is, when you don't hold them to that consistently, you don't get to see if that's really them or they're just doing it for you. So what happens is a lot of guys start to get a little lax. So in the beginning, she was making your food and doing all this other stuff. The next thing you know, you got to prompt her like, hey, I thought you was going to make my lunch before I got out of here. Oh, yeah, let me do it. Let me do it.
Man.
Let me do it after this. Let me do it after this. And then next thing you know, you're walking outside the door. You ain't got lunch no more, but you don't say anything because, oh, she used to do it for me. Oh, this was, consistency is the key thing amongst everything, because it's going to weed out the ones that really do it and really rock with you, like you say, or the ones that are just doing it for something in the long run. Investing in you is different than investing in them, right? So they can invest, but see their picture at the end of the road instead of seeing the picture that you painted
right
at
there.
the end of the road.
Let me jump on that. I want to caution guys. Oftentimes when women are offering to cook you something or clean something, a lot of that is low level shit. Okay. And what I mean by that is sometimes when women offer to do shit, it's to fulfill an agenda that they have. Okay. They want something to come as a result of them doing something. Right. So a lot of times when women offer to do shit, you got to take that with a grain of salt. You can appreciate it, but you got to take it with a grain of salt. Where the rubber meets the road is when you really require or need for her to do something. And as Miles said earlier, she does it with glee, with joy. She can't wait to do it, right? So how compliant is she taking directions from you? And when you provide her instructions, does she do it with glee and joy, right?
Oh, yeah.
Is she excited to show you what she's done and how it made your situation easier? Like for me, a woman cooking and cleaning, I can do that. I know how to cook and clean. Okay, I don't need to be in a relationship to get sex. I don't need to be in a relationship to get a woman to cook for me. I don't need to be in a relationship to have a woman fold some fucking laundry. So a woman has to bring way more than that for me to actually look at her as someone that I feel like she's investing in me. So this is something that I want to explore beyond just sex.
I like to tell guys to write stuff down on what they want, what they want for themselves and what they want as a mate, if that's what you want, but never show them or tell them that. Okay, it's just when they do something outside of that, that's when you correct it. Like, hey, I don't like that, right? Because I don't want them to curtail their behavior to me. I want them to do it naturally, understanding how to be next to me. And if somebody to be next to you is going to do that. They're going to observe and understand a lot of different things, right? They're going to observe that. They're going to observe you make your bed in the morning, how you eat. And the example that Miles was giving about the bodybuilder, with glee or with somebody that's really excited for that, is the type of person that's going to be like, hey, you know what, babe? I put turmeric in your rice. I heard it's good. Plus, it's going to relax your muscles. You know, they're not over and beyond, but just happy to understand the goal in mind and how they can play a part in that.
Right. And add little details to make it helpful.
No, that's some real shit, man. All y'all saying some real stuff. I know with a stay-at-home girlfriend, it requires a whole nother level of game because she sees you almost every night for the most part. And you know, at times, you know, she may want to take off as far as like, you know, on Tuesdays I normally rub your back, but something happened. So it's situations in that where everything got to be tight. And I feel like you know, I did it once before, and there were times where Miles was saying, hey, you know, I just want to sit down and talk to you real quick. You know, I know on Wednesdays we normally do blah, 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 blah. I've been noticing that on these Wednesdays for the past 2 Wednesdays, I noticed that things been slacking. I just want to come to you, have a conversation. Like, how you feeling about it? What's going on? Do you feel like it's too much? Because I think it's needed because staying with somebody is a whole lot different than I see you every week, you know, every other 3 weeks. Like it requires a level of real consistency, a lot of focus, a lot of time management skills. It requires a lot, man. And you know, some women you can teach them, train them, like you said, Jay Roman. Like, I need you to do this unwittingly. Like I need you not to make me feel special, but I need your level of consistency and focus and dedication to this to be at a certain level where it feels natural instead of a chore. You know what I'm saying?
Well, see, caller, but also it's one of those, how bad do you want to be here?
Yeah.
How important is it?
Once it becomes a chore, you will see the difference. Like, you'll see the difference, and to me, that's when you realize this ain't the one. Then,
right?
This is not the one. You can do your state of address and come together and have those moments like, hey, what's up? What do we, you know, this da 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 da. To me, if that is done, and it's always wavering up and down, then you already know this is not what. This is not it.
Let me say this real quick.
Is your consistency wavering up and down? See, a lot of times when we're in relationships, it's easier to look at the other person and see the wavering going up and down. But do you turn the mirror around and look at yourself and be like, man, the things I say I do, I don't do consistently. Like I don't take out the trash consistently. And for me, stuff like that, it ain't about them. It's about my manhood and how the type of man that I want to be.
Right.
So if I say I'm going to take care of something, it doesn't have nothing to do with her reminding me if I took care of it or not. I will get on myself before she would ever get on me and say, well, you didn't do this, and be like, you know what? You right. Blah, 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 blah. We always look outside in relationships because it's easier. That person is there in our face.
Let me say this, Jay. Let me say this real quick before I forget my thought. Let me say this. A person, if you're dealing with a woman, and ladies, this is true of men, if you're dealing with a person who they feel a sense of resentment or animosity because they feel like it's a chore for them to do something, that's the person that is going to be more easily influenced by outside entities, right? Because that's the person that's probably complaining about you or about the state of your relationship to other people. So that person is going to be the person to allow other people to come in. The lady in the first video, She was probably the type of woman, if anyone ever said anything bad about her man or about how they run their shit, she would shut that shit the fuck down. Right? And that's what you need. You if you're gonna deal with a woman, you need the type of woman where she has bought in to what's going on with you. She's bought into being with you, she's bought into your vision, she's bought in to where if anybody, her best friend, her female co-workers, any dude, her family members, if anyone try to come in and say something to her, she will shut that shit down and be like, hey, look, let me tell you something. You don't got to agree or like what's going on, but that's my man. You damn sure going to respect it. And if you can't respect it, you just won't be around me and my man. I won't invite you to our home. When we do things, you won't be invited because you're going to respect my man, right? And there are women like that who get down like that, right? So if you're dealing with a woman who don't get down like that, you're fucking with the wrong one. Y'all got it.
Now that's a fact. That's
and even on that second one, that you mentioned the videos, the second one said, she was doing it to pay the man's child support, but you see, she never asked if she was happy. It didn't matter what she was doing. She didn't ask, are you happy? Like that never came up in the discussion. The judgment came out because I wouldn't do it. Why are you doing it? You don't know that relationship, right? So, it's one of those things where I want to caution men on is that if you choose this life to be with somebody, you too have to understand the consistency and the work that you're requiring from them. You're going to require twice as much from you because you're the leader of that consistency. And it's the most scrutinized position.
Yeah. Well, a lot of people take the relationship for granted, or they take the other person for granted. And that's where the lack of consistency is, where you think you're entitled to certain things, right? And the reason why that dynamic exists in your situation, why that person is doing the things that they're doing, was because they saw the value in dealing with you in the first place, and they saw the level of consistency that you brought. So once the level of consistency wanes, the value that they once saw wanes with it. And that's where the taking each other for granted and all that shit comes into play.
Go ahead.
For Rogue here, I don't know where it's the video actually was a lady talking about her coworker.
Shut up.
He didn't even see the coworker. So
I don't
know where you get that from.
Caller, you good? You good though? Or you had another question?
I just want to say this last point, man. It kind of like made me like it didn't like spark a new seed in my mind because I already knew about it, but I said it to her one day and it kind of confirmed some things. So I was noticing this one girl I was fucking with, man. She kind of rested on her laurels. Like she, at her job she made like 90, but she was kind of settling a little bit. She wanted more, but she was cool. And I noticed with her working out, she kind of talked about how I work out a little bit, but my genetics is good. I don't got to work out that much. Mm-hmm. I noticed certain things, and then I started seeing how the sex became like a situation where we would do it, but I started to notice certain things. I said, "Hey, man, would you be okay if I wanted to do a relationship and have a side girl, two side girls, just kind of give you a break because I see that you like."
Wait, caller. Did you ask her if it would be okay, or did you tell her what you was going to do? I'm not asking permission. That's my dick. That's not our dick. That's my shit.
Would it be okay if I
feel like it's worth it?
Yeah. Nah, it was a situation where I wasn't necessarily on it all the way as far as like this is what I'm gonna do. I was just throwing a topic out there to see how she would bite on the bait, and so I want to see how I really want to see her response to it, really. So I just threw it out there one day, and she was, and then she was like, "Man, I wouldn't like it because I wouldn't really want another woman, taking you from me, but it would make me step my game up." And I said, me fucking other women push you back on point. So it tells me that something I'm doing is not keeping you on point. And it tells me like, you know what, Jay, it's some things about me that I'm not making this woman work for that got this woman feeling like her spot is like goddamn bulletproof.
Yeah.
And exactly.
It made me think it made me think a little bit more. So yeah, y'all saying some real shit though.
But a lot of guys don't recognize that. So I give you your props up for looking outside the box and thinking about like, okay, there's some I need to do for that.
Hold on, Jay Roman, real quick. Are we good on calls? Is he the only caller?
I appreciate you, Caller. Yeah, that's it. We good on calls. All right, Caller. Take it easy, bro. All right.
So there's a question I want to get to. Okay, so he says, how would you guys personally handle a dude that touched y'all at a club? Would y'all immediately fuck him up? What do you mean by touch? You mean
I
he
don't get this
accidentally
situation.
bumped into you, y'all brushed shoulders and shit in a crowded club? What do you mean by that? Like you gotta elaborate, bro. Like this is my thing. Let me just say this about myself, right? I go out of my way to avoid confrontation. Not because I'm afraid or anything like that. I value my freedom. That's one. First and foremost, I value my freedom, and I actually like living, right? But also, I know how I can get. I know where I'm willing to take it. So because I know where I can go with it, I just avoid shit, right? Because I know. So if I allow myself to get all emotionally unhinged based on some bullshit, and the dude say and or do something, I might just go left with it. So just to avoid any of that shit. And keep my freedom intact, but also go home safe, right? Unharmed and all of that, and still alive. I just avoid unnecessary bullshit, right? And there's a level of maturity that comes with that. When you say touched you, right? Because you didn't say punch or slap or spit on you, you didn't or push you. That's not what you said. You said touched. You know what I mean? So he brushed your forearm. I mean, elaborate. What y'all got?
Yeah, I would need a little bit more. Yeah, I'm like you, Kay, where I'm not gonna go out like a lot of niggas. Y'all niggas is y'all so insecure about your whole shit. Like you waiting for somebody to push your button just so you could show off your manhood. Why? Because you wasn't secure about your masculine identity in the first fucking place. So y'all just waiting for somebody to do something, step on your new sneakers just so you could flex and shit. You know what I'm saying? When you at a certain level of the game and you at a certain age, you realize, listen, man, I'm only going to turn up like that if I really need to. And just to have a pissing contest with another dickhead, like it's not worth it. So, right. So you insecure niggas who trying to flex and who trying to prove something, y'all can have it. You understand? But if you go out of your way to like stop me while I'm walking, or you spit on a nigga, or you do something disrespectful, or you do something to my lady, or it's something like that, then that's when it becomes worth it. And that's when I might have to, get in my bag and do shit that, that probably seems unnecessary because, niggas want to leap. You know what I'm saying? Niggas want to get froggy. You see what I'm saying? But and that's another reason why I practice a martial art. I practice boxing and things like that. Because a lot of niggas think you practice martial arts so you could fight. No, you practice martial arts so you don't have to. Because truth be told, most niggas that know how to fight, most niggas that practice a martial art, UFC niggas, people like that, most people that know how to fight, they usually steer away from fighting.
Facts.
As much as they can, because they already know what they're capable of. So it's like, I don't need to prove nothing to nobody, because I spar damn near every weekend. Or, I get, me and my gym buddies, we get it in. Like, we leave with bloody noses every fucking week, every couple of weeks. So it's nothing to us. You understand what I'm saying? So a lot of y'all niggas, you could keep it, so I'm not gonna, if I see somebody bump into me or something simple, it's not gonna go down like that. It's really not gonna go down like that.
There's a saying. Let me say this saying real quick. There's a saying. I'll pass it to you, Jay Roman. Don't let nobody trick you out of your freedom.
Facts.
Go ahead, Jay.
No, I'm at the bar, me and a couple of friends there, and I see my friend who like looking at somebody serious, like they was about to go at it. So I go over there and like, hey, what's going on? And he goes, your boy stepped on my shoes, woo. But my boy was a little tipsy, so I wind up taking him and leaving. In the midst of doing that, he was buying him a drink. So my partner stepped on his shoes. Was like, hey man, you stepped on my shoes. You all right? You all right? Here, let me get you a drink, man. He was trying to defuse the situation right there. My partner was a little tipsy, so just the way my partner felt like he came at him, he was ready. But at the same time, he was still tipsy. And it wound up being cool. The dude was trying to be cool. And I had to tell my partner later on, like, nah, man, he was trying to be cool with you. You know, he told me, because my partner was like, why you keep talking about it? Okay, I stepped on the shoes, it's over with, you know. But every time you went to go tell me what happened, my partner's getting upset. And so I was like, no, dog. It's all good, you know. And then I took my boy out the club and we left, we went home and stuff.
Right.
But that guy right there, you know, was just trying to defuse the situation to the point he even was going to buy him a drink. And I told him, man, he don't need no more drinks, man. I appreciate it. We're all good. You know, saying that moment was done and over with.
Right.
And that's to me is how you do it, where you just like, look, man, I don't know what you got going on. I don't play these little grabby games and stuff like that. Why don't you go over there? Here, you want a drink or something? You want to, like, you're going to try to diffuse it as much as possible.
Right.
To the point where if I got to leave this spot, I'll leave the spot.
Yeah.
But I'm a don't touch me type of person in an aggressive way, because then it's on. And I practice some stuff, and I also practice finger jitsu, you know, trigger jitsu. So my thing is like, look, I don't. If you see me, I am carrying, and it might be one or two different things, but that disciplines me to the point where I don't want to do anything.
Right.
Because at the same time, there's a certain responsibility that we have. You have family, you have your life, and like Zach was saying, I ain't trying to go to jail over no silly bar fight.
Facts.
Over clothing, over a drink.
Yo, we got
over
people
a bump
on us. We grown ass men out here.
Hey, Jay Roman, it's one of those players. We can both go home, or I can go home. You choose. Because it's not going to end the way you think it's going to end. This is why when they say, should he fuck him up? Bro, you think it's about to be a fight. He about to go pop the trunk. Hey, never assume it's going to work out the way you think it's going to work out.
Hey,
finger
if you tell me, I'll just let you know. If you tell me you about to go pop the trunk, you won't make it to your trunk.
Woo!
I had to, when I was bouncing, there's a lot of people that's like, oh, I'm gonna go pop the trunk. You won't make it there, bro. Because I'm not letting you get to the trunk. You already told me what's in the trunk. So you ain't gonna get there. We'll end this right now. So let's be smart, fellas. If you got stuff to live for, and you're a thinking man with forethought, that's already thinking about tomorrow and what you got to do and prepare for your life and what you planning, that bump or the little touch, that ain't nothing, man. You're like, hey, dude, go on. We good. Don't worry, we good.
Yep, we're good, buddy.
There we go. So let's get to the next joint. Yo, just exercise some maturity, guys. Like, come on, now we grown men out here. So he says, 3-year poly relationship. As my woman knows, I date other women. Knew this before I made her my girlfriend. She gets sad at times, thoughts of me with women. Always assure her from time to time. Will that always occur? Yes. Here's the thing. Yes, just guys, women are jealous. They get insecure. But if you're doing what you have to do, the operative word is consistency.
Yeah.
If you're consistent, and with the date nights, the time you guys spend together, you don't break no promises to her, right? She'll be okay, right? This is where managing a relationship and mitigating a woman's emotions come into play, right? Because there will be times where she might feel some type of way, right? She might feel like her spot is in jeopardy or that her spot is being threatened, right? This is common, right? But it shouldn't be a situation where you guys are having a conversation every fucking week, though. It shouldn't be that frequent. But it will pop up. But all you got to do is reassure her and make sure that she understands when we're together, we're going to get lost in time and you're going to feel like the only woman in the world. Okay, that's it. Just handle your business. Be consistent, right? But again, y'all should not be having this conversation about her role in your life and her being concerned. That should not be like a weekly conversation. That's too frequent. Y'all got it.
When you juggle, you got to have balance, and your balance is off. And it's not just about time; it's about coming in, the facial expressions, the emotions, touching each other. Things when things go a little differently, they notice all that.
Yeah, they notice everything.
They notice all that. How you say good morning, how you don't give them a kiss anymore, how how you don't hug them. It ain't always about the time. You normally used to call me at 12 o'clock. You don't call me at 12 o'clock anymore. you know, because you got the new one and you calling her at 12 o'clock. You know, she's like, I know you got the new one, but you know, 12 o'clock, I'm expecting my 12 o'clock phone call. So like, there's a lot of different things that you have to do with that. And I must just say this, like I tell my own son and everything, life is work. There's nothing, you can't get out of life without working. And whatever road you choose as a man, there's always work tied to it. And you have to work on being consistent and balanced and understand that if you had one that you made your girlfriend, right, that's holding a certain position, any others should not feel the same like your girlfriend feels because she holds that position.
And that's the right there, Jay Roman. And that's the problem. Your main chick should always be prioritized over all the new chicks. Right? The new chicks should not get preferential treatment, right? So what would make it difficult for a lot of women is if you're giving girlfriend treatment to the new chick, right? So this is why when you very first meet women, you have to establish boundaries and parameters where they got to earn everything. So that way, when the main chick is with you and she knows you're dealing with new women, she knows they have to go through the gauntlet too. They just don't get shit quicker. Like if it took her, let's say for the sake of argument, if it took her 3 months to get a date out of you and a new chick, you're taking on a date 2 days after you met her, she might feel some type of way about that shit. And I don't blame her. This is why you have to be consistent. This is why you have to have a program that you never deviate from. So any of the women that are dealing with you, they see that they have to cross certain things to get elevated, right? They have to do certain things to get elevated to certain positions. And they can see that every woman has to do it.
That's facts.
And you say poly relationship, like there's a difference between being a participant and a passenger. You know, like you describe it like she's a participant, but then the question's like she's a passenger. You know, she knew this before, before I made her my girlfriend. She gets sad at times, so like it don't sound like she's accepting the fact that you do this and not really into it, that this is your lifestyle.
Yeah, a woman who's just kind of accepting it's just a matter before she bolts. Just a matter of time before she bolts, right? She again, a woman can accept it with glee, but just the jealousy and the insecurity comes about every now and again. But a woman, and y'all used the word earlier, reluctant. She's only doing it because she feels like I can't have him if I don't agree. Hey, this is a woman. The first time a guy comes along and promises her sexual exclusivity, she might be out. You know what I'm saying? So just understand that.
In any kind of like open relationship, as a man, you're the leader, and you will always have to coach your women. Always.
It don't stop.
Always, because and here's a dumb part. You even have to coach your women in a monogamous relationship.
You do. Yep.
Always.
You still got, bro. Let me explain something to you about women, bro. Nature has injected insecurity into women. It's a natural fail-safe for them to feel the need to always come to you for clarity, for reassurance, for confidence, and you have to maintain that consistency of character. You have to maintain that masculine identity. You have to maintain that ability to lead and the ability to instill and reassure confidence in your woman. And a lot of times it's not even because of you, it's just her. It's just how she's feeling at the time. It's just, you know, it could be that time of the month. It could be something she saw on TV. It could be some stupid fucking conversation she had with a girlfriend the other day, or just some situation that put her in a emotionally low space where she just seeks some type of reassurance from you. Like, that's literally how it is. And again, this is why you just got to be consistent. And sometimes you don't even need to like engage directly in the conversation. Just kind of listen to her speak and just be that consistent dude in her life. That's just there for her, bro. That's literally how women are. Like, you There's nothing that you can, because sometimes when you try to like solve their problems too quickly or immediately, or feel that you always have to solve their problems, it's a lot of redundancy for nothing, because you can't stop her from feeling the way she's feeling at the moment. Because that's what emotions are when it comes to a woman. All you can do is just be the man that you are, stay consistent, and do what you usually do. Do what you usually do. Don't let her mood swings and her low emotional states take you out of your game or take you out of your masculine identity.
And sometimes, Miles, all she might need, you pull her close to you, give her a hug, give her a kiss on the forehead. Baby girl, we good. Don't worry about nothing. I got you.
I got you.
And then,
that's all.
And shout out to L, because L said this shit years ago, and it stuck with me. He said sometimes you got to let a woman sit with her feelings.
Yes, exactly. You just gotta let her rock out and just be like, and keep your mouth shut too. Don't even.
Yeah. So let's get to the next question.
Well, I didn't mean it like that, baby.
Exactly. They get into those type of explanations. You know what I'm saying? But guys, call in 919-647-9392. I kid you not. If we 5 minutes out, I'm killing the phone lines. I don't give a fuck what y'all niggas talking about. So if y'all want to wait till the end, then y'all gonna be asked out with these calls.
Hey, I gotta refresh my screen. If y'all don't mind grabbing this question.
Okay. Phil Thompson says, "Are you saying before a woman starts to act out of her feelings to do for you, she has to be invested? I've noticed some do a lot to win me over up front, and some others do more with time and info." Are you saying before a woman starts to act out, she has to be invested?
Well, to me, they're on the same path. So she's doing things out of feelings and thought of being invested in this relationship or whatever you got building. But at the same time, if she continues it and it's naturally her that she feels you in the relationship or feels whatever you got going on and continue to invest, then you know it wasn't just for investing in herself. I think there's a big difference when they invest for their own thoughts of what it could be compared to what you have controlled it to be.
So
I say Phil Thompson call in.
Yeah. So this is how I answer it, and then we'll move on. Right. I had a client one time, a couple of years back, and he was dealing with this young lady, and all he wanted was a fuck buddy scenario. And he let this woman know that that's all he was looking for. He wasn't looking for anything serious or long term. So one day he gets a call, and she was trying to get him to come by her place on his lunch break for lunch. And he asked me, "What should I do?" And I said, "Let me ask you a question. Do you just want a fuck buddy situation, or do you want to date her?" He said, "I just want a fuck buddy situation." I said, "Don't go."
Right.
And I explained to him, I said, the fact that you already told her all you wanted was a fuck buddy situation, her inviting you to her place for lunch, she knows you're on your lunch break. She is trying to get you to spend non-sexual time. She's trying to interject her agenda, and she's using food to do it. Right? So sometimes women are very well adept. Women are some clever motherfuckers. They're very well adept to getting you to spend time with them non-sexually when they know that's not what you really want to do. Right. So they will do certain things to entice you, like offering to take you out on a date, offering to cook you something, right? Because they're trying to get that non-sexual intimacy that they covet so much. So you have to see it and be like, "Girl, I see what you're doing now. I'm gonna go ahead and pass." And it's not to say that you can't partake on that at another time, but you need to do it at a time of your choosing. Right? It needs to be on your timeline, right? When I talk about, and when we talk about dealing with women strictly on your terms, that's part of it. Okay, I like to tell the story. I'm not going to tell the whole story. I like to tell the story of how I had a woman who tried to invite me out. I met her on a Friday. That Saturday, we had already talked about fucking, but we hadn't yet. I met her on a Friday. That next Saturday, she tried to invite me out to eat dinner with her and her friends, and she offered to pay. And I said, I'm going to go ahead and probably decline that. But when you get done with your friends, if you still want to get together with me, hit me up. And there's 2 reasons why I declined that. Well, 3 reasons, actually. One, I had already told you what I had in store for us. So we're not going to deviate from what we talked about to do what you want to do. That's one. Two, I'm not going to share a meal with you because to me, sharing a meal with a woman you just met, I mean, it's a very intimate thing. You got to invest a little bit more for me to get to that point. The third thing is, I ain't trying to meet your friends. I just met you yesterday. I ain't trying to meet you. I ain't trying to be around all that energy, right? So you got to earn that shit over time, right? But a lot of guys, they would have went. They would have been like, sure. But me, I already saw the writing on the wall, so to speak. Shout out to my mother. I saw the writing on the wall. I saw what she was trying to do. She was trying to get her non-sexual intimacy. She was trying to get her non-sexual attention, you know what I'm saying, out of the equation. And my thing is, baby girl, not yet. We can't do that just yet. We got to do this other thing first. This other thing that we discussed, we got to do that first. And if you play your cards right, we can do that other thing at another later date. You know what I'm saying? But so let's we good on calls on ours.
Yeah, we're good on calls. Guys, call in 919-647-9392. 919-647-9392. All right. Steve says, how do you take your ego out the picture when approaching women? Give me an example, sir.
This guy, Steve, he's in everybody's chats, man.
Yeah.
I see his name. Bro, you already know.
You know what? Steve, call in. Don't put no in the chat. Call in. It's a free show. Call in. Let's move to the next one.
All right. So Scales Fitness with the 5. He got 5 on it. Respect to the game. Appreciate the nickel, fam. All right, so let's get to the next one. Okay. Chiefs guy. I'm not gonna answer. A lot of you guys who come in with these same elementary questions, I see you guys all the time in everybody's chat. We good on calls? I think I heard something. Did I hear a chime?
No,
that was my call, man. We good.
Okay, all right. So let me just say something because he's saying yes, you can prove it. Pay for a PI. Okay, bro, you've never been a side dude before. If you've been a side dude, and I'm gonna say this, I take no pleasure in saying this, but when you've been a side dude and you know what you're doing, you can actually teach a woman how to get away with cheating on you niggas. You know what I'm saying? You can teach a woman how to cover
You actually
her
have
track.
to really coach them.
Yeah, a lot of women are sloppy. A lot of women are sloppy.
Yeah, they'll catch feelings and get real sloppy. You want to spend too much time. Like you got to. Hey, no.
Well, they also want to leave traces of electronic situations. You got to teach them what to do with their phones. Here's my thing. Okay, Phil Thompson. Okay, I'm just gonna tell you this story, and I'm gonna leave it there. Okay, I'm gonna tell you the story. Phil Thompson. I was dealing with this young lady I used to work with. She had a live-in boyfriend. They were together for like 7 years. I had her show up at work with a skirt on. When she showed up, I told her to go to the bathroom and take her drawers off and come back to my cubicle. In the middle of the day, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the afternoon, I'm in my cubicle. Her leg is up. What do you think I'm doing with my fingers?
Woo! Splash.
So tell me what PI is gonna, what PI without access or a badge to get into the building is gonna see that? You know what I'm saying? So don't play with me, nigga. Don't play with me.
I mean, one is like
if I was your coworker, I would be careful asking you to borrow your stapler, nigga. Like, I can't. This nigga looking at the staple.
Oh, shit. Hey, when it comes to work, for all you guys that be trying to have your woman share her location, she's at work. She's at work, dog. She go there 8 to 5. She at work. Guess what she doing on her lunch breaks and her 15-minute breaks. Guess what she doing? She giving dome in the car.
Oh my God.
I've seen it. Yo, man, I remember one time I was sitting in my car doing one of my breaks, and I was actually recording a fucking YouTube video on my phone. And one of my partners, he was parked behind me, and he was like, "Hey, look up. You see that girl walking? She coming to my car right now to give me some head." This girl was pregnant, belly popping out, showing and everything. Had a man the whole 9. I look in my mirror. She get in the car. I see the head bopping up and down. Come on, man. If these chicks want to get it in, they going to get it in. You can't stop it. And oftentimes you'll be with a woman for 10, 15 years and you'll never know what she's been up to. So if you're going to get into a relationship with a woman, specifically a monogamy-oriented relationship, you have to understand that these type of things can occur. You just have to be Johnny on the spot and make sure that if your woman is doing anything out of character, you check that shit. But oftentimes you can't. There's nothing you can do about it. You know what I'm saying? Look, guys, when you get into a relationship, it's a calculated risk.
Maybe, Zag, they could look at the woman and see if her investment determines her actions toward the relationship.
There you go. How invested
Maybe
is
that's one way they can tell.
Hey, look again, guys. I'm not, proud of my, but look, what I'm saying is this: if a woman doesn't want to get caught, she won't get caught. I'm just telling you. If a woman does not want to get caught, she won't get caught. There's all types of things women can do. And let me just say this about PI. The average guy don't got that kind of money. Okay, that's one. Two, you're gonna follow her around for 20 years, 10 years, 5 years, however long the relationship lasts. You're gonna pay for a PI every fucking day? No. See, this is what I'll say to you. If you're that worried about a woman cheating, don't get into a relationship. Stay single.
Hey, Zag, you ever tell a woman not to kiss you because the way I kiss is definitely gonna be different than your man. So you can't kiss me and then go back to the end. He'll know. That's why I don't want you to kiss me. That's why I don't want to.
I had a chick. She told me that her man noticed something different about her in the bed. She said, "I think he's noticing," because she was different. This is why when I say you fuck around and fuck with me, you'll be a different woman. Hey, I'm not just saying that shit.
Yeah,
So
I rearranged some furniture one time and it was noticed. He told her like, "Hell, hold on, something feels different." Like,
hey. Now some women got that snapback where you can't tell, right? So now other women, to your point though, depending on how their shit is shaped, it might get a little dented in there. I'm just gonna say that. I'm gonna leave it at that. I don't want to get too far though.
We ain't gonna get too far with it, but at the same time, that's called influence, right? So if you can't judge, then why not get to the point that you're so consistent you can tell the influence you have on them compared to anything else.
Bring your ass out here to San Antonio.
We got 413. You're on live with the Manhood is a Skill Set show with your host K-Zag, and we got J. Roman and Miles, name A City. How can we help you?
Hey guys, what's up? It's Brian. I'm calling from Connecticut.
Okay.
I just had a question. So kind of going back to the whole poly thing you guys were talking about before.
Uh-huh.
I'm kind of in a situation now where like I'm seeing this girl, she's like in a whole like poly dynamic or whatever. Like, is there ever a point where you should like kind of entertain her conversation about like the other people she's seeing?
Do you want to?
Not really. Like I don't care.
So don't
but,
do
like,
it. So don't do it. So don't. See, it's not that complicated. I don't need any more disclaimers from you. Do you want to do it? Yes, then do it. If you don't want to do it, the answer is no. You don't need to entertain anything because it's a lot of. See, let me tell you something about women.
Yeah.
If you ask a woman, like let's just say you talk to a woman therapist or a female relationship counselor, all of them will tell you, "Oh, you guys should talk about it and you guys should discuss and share and all." You don't need to do none of that shit. Because as a man, remember, whether it's monogamous or non-monogamous or poly or whatever the fuck it is, what matters is her following your lead and your program. All the rest of that shit is irrelevant. Now, if you one of those, you got some guys who they're chatty patty type of dudes and they love to share and talk and this and that. If you're one of those guys, then by all means, you guys could have conversations and share and talk about your experiences with other people. Me personally, I'm not one of those guys because I really don't care. The only reason why I like non-monogamy is to reserve my freedom. I'm not here to fucking share notes with anybody. I'm all about my freedom. I'm all about not having to feel like I got caught or, oh, she caught me talking to somebody else or this, that, and the third. No, I'm a grown ass man and I do what I want to do. So I reserve the right to have the freedom to talk to whoever I want to talk to, date whoever I want to date. And that's about it. So again, it's all about your program. Even if you're non-monogamous, you still have to have a program as a man. A lot of guys think that just because you're non-monogamous and your girl is allowed you're allowed to see other people and your girl is allowed to see other people, then that means it's a free for all and there's no foundation, there's no program, there's no standards and consistency. No, the standards and consistency is still set by you. You understand that?
Yeah. Okay. That makes sense.
Let me ask you a question too, though. What do you mean by she's inviting you to her poly relationship?
Yeah. So like I didn't ask her none of this. She just kind of disclosed all this to me. Like I'm dating other girls or whatever. I'm just assuming we're just kind of hooking up or whatever. And then she told me like she has like a main dude that she fucks with, and then like a couple and like a side dude or some that she fucks with, and some other dudes she's talking to. Now I don't really care, but like this particular night, I guess this was on her mind, and she asked me for my advice. So she was asking for like my advice, my perspective. So
okay,
I was just kind of talking to her, and I was kind of giving her like my perspective on her situation. Like mind you, she can fuck who she wants. It's not none of my business. But because she asked me, I gave it to her. But then I'm thinking like, should I have even entertained that conversation, or it wasn't even a good idea?
For me, let me just tell you, for Jay Roman here, even if I was in the poly, I would start it. I wouldn't join anything. That's just my personality. Like I'm not going to join another man's poly relationship, right? So if I want to find people to have this polyamorous relationship with, then the nucleus of that is going to be me. So I can set and determine everything else from there.
Yeah. So let me say this. Okay, so her telling you about what's going on, that's basically her just giving you full disclosure. So and there's nothing wrong with that. Now, when she starts sharing intimate things, that's one of those, hey, baby girl, listen. What you do when you're away from me is your business. What I do when I'm away from you is my business. Beyond that, when we come together, we're going to have a great time. But I really don't care to hear about any of your situations. I'm not going to give you dating advice with any of these niggas you fucking, because I don't care to talk about that, right? When we're together, it's about me and you, right? You're going to have my undivided attention, and I expect the same, and that's it.
Okay, cool. Yeah, that's kind of how I've been like running it this whole time. But yeah, she's asked me for my opinion this one time. I was like, all right, I'll entertain it. But then I'm thinking about it. I was like, I probably should just not even entertain that conversation.
Yeah, well, don't, because it could take you down a road where you felt like you were mentally and emotionally cool with the setup, but then your mind starts racing and you start to have thoughts that you weren't previously having because you're allowing her to put them there, and now it's fucking with you.
See, and my thing is this. Are you all right, let me ask you a question. Do you go to your girl for advice on people outside the relationship?
Wow, that's exactly what I was thinking.
Nah.
Right. No. See, and I'm gonna tell you something. This is why I'm gonna tell you guys this. This is why when your influence is top tier, when your game is top tier, you don't have to worry that much about your woman fucking with other dudes. And even if she is fucking with other dudes, you want to be with a woman that understands how to deal with her situations. So she don't have to ask you, because if she's asking you, then that means there's a lot of game that she don't have.
Yeah.
You understand? And so she's coming to you for guidance to fuck with other dudes. What that actually means to me is that she's not ready to fuck with other dudes. Therefore, she shouldn't be fucking with other dudes. Because I'm going to tell you something. There's a lot of fucking women out there. When you tell them, okay, this is how it is, I'm open and this is what it's going to be, they only fuck with other dudes because you fucking with other women, not because they actually want to fuck with other dudes. You understand what I'm saying to you? And see, and that type of relationship to me is unhealthy.
In the pimp world, she's takeable.
Exactly. Like, to me, that couldn't be my main bitch. She would have to be one of the ones on the team.
Yeah. Because let me say that, like, we're not in a relationship. She's just a girl I'm fucking. Like, we just matched online or whatever. And then
that makes it even worse.
Stop. You see, this is what I can't stand about you niggas, because either you're lying or you're just stupid. Listen, and don't take offense to this, but understand.
Nah, I'm not.
Listen to the words that you just used. She's just a girl that I'm fucking. So how the fuck did you get into a conversation about what to do with her other motherfuckers? Caller, listen to me closely. Listen to me closely. A girl that you're just fucking, when you meet up with her, what are you supposed to be doing with her?
Nah, you're right. Yeah.
No, I need you to no. I need you to answer the question so we can complete the thought. A girl that you're just fucking, when you spend time with her, what are you supposed to be doing?
It's supposed to be just fucking and
Thank you. So you getting caught up into, so I'm seeing this guy and I just don't know what to do. Could you help me? And I don't know. What do you think? What? Who the fuck are you talking to? Matter of fact, open your mouth and put this dick in it and shut the fuck up. Like, what are we talking about?
Yeah, you're right.
You see how you guys allow yourself to be put in stupid fucking situations and then you want to blame it on the bitch?
Yeah. No, I take full responsibility. That's why I'm calling in.
Caller, let me ask you a very important question. Are you spending the night with this young lady?
She slept over twice. Yeah.
And that's why. That's why, guys. Here, caller, listen to what I'm telling you. Listen to what I'm telling you. Once you start letting women spend the night and you start sharing meals with them and Netflix and all that, it's no longer a fuck buddy situation. It's something else. So here's the thing: when you introduce non-sexual intimacy, and woman spend the night is just that. When you introduce non-sexual intimacy into the equation, a lot of women think they got carte blanche to start introducing other shit, right? So you basically obliterated your boundaries, or you just flat out didn't set them. So now she feels like she has carte blanche again to just say whatever she wants. And I'm sure when y'all laying in bed and she's pulling on your chest hairs and saying how they're so springy and shit, I'm sure y'all talking about other shit and pillow talking. And that's something you don't want to do. Now, if you're dating a woman on a serious tip and you're vetting her to be a potential girlfriend and it's been quite a while, that's different. But if you're talking about a woman that you're just quote unquote fucking, you never want to get in that situation where you give her options outside of the only one you should be giving her, which is just some dick.
Sound like she's looking for a new leader.
Well, she kind of said some, and that's another thing.
Like, I don't.
which even that's against whatever you wanted in out of the interaction, right? Because you say, hey, it's just somebody I'm tucking in, whatever.
And so, like, and when she was telling me, like, about, other people, she was like, yeah, that. But then she said something, she's like, yeah, but, like, you're the only person I'm seeing consistently.
Nah, you see, and that's that shit that they use to stroke your fucking ego. Yo, bruh, go over there, dick her down and leave, nigga. Don't have no fucking, she don't deserve no extra conversation or no extra game from you, bro. Because if she don't know how to handle her extracurriculars, maybe she shouldn't have them, bro.
Yeah.
Like, what are we talking about, man?
Yeah, that's what you just said right there. That's kind of what's going through my mind. I'm like, I can't really deal with this if she can't run her situation, right? Because as I'm listening to her, I'm like, this sounds kind of sloppy. Like, I don't know if she's
running. Yeah, because next thing you be at her house and you get a knock on the door.
Right. All right. Yo,
Tabitha, are you in there? You in there with somebody? And you like, yo, I'm just fucking her.
I know he in there. I see his car. In your parking space.
Real quick. Caller, her sloppiness is a direct result of yours.
Your sloppiness.
Right? So guys, I need to remember this. A woman's behavior is in direct correlation with your own. When you run a tight ship, she follows suit or she get moved out the way. When you're loose with your shit, when you're flexible with your shit, she comes in there just saying and doing whatever the fuck she wants. And now you got issues because now you're having these thoughts in your head that shouldn't be there, but you allowed her to put them there through your actions.
Exactly. You see little shit like her she's supposed to be a woman that you just fucking, right? But you letting her spend the night. That's sloppy, bro. You understand? Like, you're not leading by example. You're not showing her the importance of standards. So guess what? When she meets a guy at the club she allows that guy to overstep his boundaries too, because you're allowing her to overstep hers. You're not leading correctly. And that's probably, again, this is why that game, that consistency of character and that masculine identity is so important. Because if you were focused and tight with the game, chances are she would realize that most of the other niggas that she meets don't have as tight as game as you. So they don't. So she would realize how much she is soiling and tainting herself by letting these other men in. But the way that you run a loose ship, so she thinks, oh, I can deal with men that run loose ships. And so she brings them in. But because you have the potential to be the man with the strongest masculine identity, then she comes to you for advice, thinking that that's okay. That's not okay. That's not okay. I'm here to fuck you, not help you fuck other niggas too.
Unless it's one of my boys.
My next phone call to her.
Shout out to Steve Dean. Appreciate
You're right. You're right.
Think about this shit. I'm supposed to give you leadership, dick, and everything. I'm supposed to give you dick, which is leadership enough. Because we could have a whole conversation about what dick is to a fucking woman, right?
Dick is a gift.
But there's no way that I'm gonna be giving you consistent dick and extra leadership to fuck with other influences, other masculine influences. That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. You're right.
Let me say this real quick.
Your next phone call.
Yeah.
Your next phone call should be what color you want her to wear, what style of lingerie,
Yeah.
what time you're coming over.
Get super detailed with the game, homie. So she only focuses on what she needs to do for you.
Okay. And let me add this real quick. For you guys, especially you guys that are pondering dealing with women in the poly world and all of that, if you're gonna deal with a woman beyond just sex, where you're starting to date her seriously, your influence needs to be the preeminent influence. Right? You need to have the most dominant influence. And what I mean by that is this. Yeah, she might be dealing with other guys, she might be spending time having sex and all of that. But you can never allow the influences of the other guys she's dealing with creep into your situation with her. Okay, you can't allow it. This is why your influence has to be the preeminent one. Right. Period. Right. So I said all that to say this, caller. But again, you allowed this. You allowed her to get comfortable, and that's your decision making, guys. This is why we tell you guys. Okay, and it's a lot of it is inadvertent behavior because you're doing things and making decisions, and you don't understand the ramifications or the consequences of those same decisions. This is why we're here to tell you, hey, don't do this unless you're prepared for that, right? So if y'all want to have unprotected sex with random chicks, if y'all want to let chicks spend the night and take showers with chicks and take chicks on trips that you just met a week ago, 2 weeks ago, do you, but understand something that you're not gonna like is gonna follow right behind it. I promise you, every fucking time.
I was at this club one day, met this little cute thing, and next thing you know, we are feeling each other, vibing, right? Over here, kissing, rubbing, dancing, having a good time. And she tells me that she's in an open relationship. One of the rules that her dude has is that, you know, you can only sleep with the person one time. Right? That was his rule. You can only sleep with the person one time. We over at the booth, and her hands is down my pants. We kissing. I'm, sticker fingering. We having a good time. And I was like, shoot, I don't know if one time gonna do it. Right? She looks at me, gets up, and walks away.
Oh, wow.
Yo!
You see?
I'm flipping that shit.
That's influence. That's influence right there.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Hey, check this out.
Bless that bitch.
You feel me?
Right?
Yo! Did y'all not hear what he just said? That real quick, J. Roman, I'm gonna let you finish. That's the power of real masculine influence, but you gotta have masculine identity first, where you lay down a law and the boundaries. And even when a woman is not around you, she adheres to them shits.
Facts.
Shout out to the dude. But go ahead, fam. And shout
And I
out to
would
the young
say,
lady.
I would say even further, because I mean, she's in it like, man, I really like she is on your boy, right? Saying all that stuff, but just the thought of not obeying that rule
turns her
already cut it off.
Mm-hmm.
Like, because we could have did it one time. She'd be like, look, I know you might want to see me again, but you can't.
Not
But
happening.
the thought of that automatically was it. And I'm talking about I'm knuckles deep and nippled all up. You know, I feel her breath like in my head, that's like it's going down tonight. Maybe in the car.
And then you said those regrettable
Then
words.
I said that stupid lie. You know, maybe one night might not do it. You don't know me. I'm Jay Roman, baby. You know.
Yeah, you supposed to do that after you was knee deep in it. If you was gonna say that shit.
Hey, I'm Knuckles. I'm already Knuckles. You know.
No, nigga, that's not good enough, nigga. No, nigga.
It's not a stupid line. It's not a stupid line. That's exactly what you were supposed to say, bro. That's exactly what you were supposed to say. Because you know that you the type of nigga that you gotta hit it more than once. But
there you go. I stand corrected. He said what he was supposed to say. I stand corrected.
That man is just showing his woman is on his team for real. And look, it brings us right back to the title. A woman's investment determines her actions towards you. So even though it's open, the rules are the rules. And I'm not gonna break the rules for nobody because my man is my man.
There you go.
So she meets a Jay Roman, and Jay Roman is like, I don't know if one time gonna be good enough. She's like, well, sorry, nigga. You had your
Hey, she didn't even speak. She did not look. She
just walked off on you.
Walked away. I love it.
She looked.
I love it
face.
too. I love it.
She looking at me with that face, like, damn, and just got up and walked out, like.
Guys, listen, caller. I want you to see this, and anybody listening, guys, see. These are the type of things that when we talk about them, you guys don't believe us. Because I'll say it to y'all. I'll be like, look, even in a non-monogamous, open poly relationship, you'll be surprised that your girl, she's not going to be out in the streets all crazy like that when your game is tight. So when I say these things, I know exactly what Jay Roman is talking about. Kay Zaggin knows exactly what Jay Roman is talking about. But when y'all hear us talk, you like, man, these niggas don't know what they talking about. No, because y'all never been to the other side because y'all still have flexible game. You don't even make any rules for a bitch because most of you guys are asking the woman to make the rules. So like the guy earlier. Remember what the guy earlier said? I think his name was Phoenix, right? Remember when he said, "Oh yeah, so one time I had asked my girl if it would be okay if I kind of started seeing other chicks on the side because blah blah blah."
Yeah.
But I asked my girl if it would be okay.
Yeah, I'm not asking shit.
Now that's the type of attitude that will get your bitch in the streets getting fucked by everybody because you're allowing her to make the rules.
Yeah, you go. I was knuckles deep like this. I don't know if y'all know what that motion is, right?
Yeah, I know.
Bro,
knuckles deep like that. You know?
Let me explain something to you. Bro, for you to be stroking a bitch's G-spot and just at the thought of you breaking her man's rule, she get up and walk away with no questions asked. Bro, that's a different type of situation.
Wet and hot, horny, wet and bothered, and she still said you can't get this now.
That's a different situation, bro. I'm telling you.
Moved her stuff back, move her underwear back. You know, I had to shuffle and zip my stuff up, and she just looked and was like, and just walked off.
I love it. I love the fact that she didn't speak a word. That right there was some real shit. She didn't speak a word. I love that shit.
I mean, some niggas might be like, yeah, but you still let another nigga finger pop your girl, though. Hey, it is what it is. That's the territory. That comes with the territory in a non-monogamous, open situation. That comes with it.
But even
they were clean. My fingers was clean because I dipped it in my alcohol. I had my drink straight, and then she licked my fingers. So I
this nigga got some rum and coke pussy. Look, let me tell y'all something real quick, right? Because the guys are gonna say that, Miles. But here's again, and I alluded to this earlier. When you very first meet a woman, y'all don't think y'all sharing her. You think you're the only guy smashing? Now, on occasion, I mean, you could be, but more often than not, you're not. Right?
Exactly.
So either way, you know what I'm saying? It's not like you haven't been down that road. And this is what niggas gonna say, but it's not my girl though. Right? No, the only difference is you're emotionally invested now.
Mhm.
So now it weighs on your conscience different. That's all.
I just want I want y'all, to understand it's a light motion. It's not a. It's not a
The
heavy
phone lines
motion.
are down right now. I'm gonna go ahead and remove the line to call it.
You don't need a heavy motion. It's a light motion.
Oh, the caller's
yeah,
still
thanks,
there.
guys. I
The
appreciate
caller's
you
still
guys.
there. Yeah. Yeah,
I'm
caller.
talking about the caller now.
Hey, great call, man. We appreciate you, brother.
Thanks, man.
All right, take it easy.
I forgot you was there.
Yeah.
We be getting into our shit, and I'll be forgetting. Y'all want to run through these couple of questions right quick?
Yeah, go ahead, real quick.
Y'all need
All
to
right.
call on Tuesdays to Steve the Dean and Kate Zaga's show so y'all can understand this motion right here. It's a light motion. It's not a.
The come hither.
Okay, so he says, no disrespect, but how can you guys say you're helping guys in the chat, but you getting rid of them and ignoring their question? First of all, you could have called in. Okay, as far as ignoring your questions, nigga, nobody owes it to you to answer your shit. You know what I'm saying?
Look, this is our show.
Yeah.
We don't got to do anything we don't want to do. Fuck y'all niggas.
Yeah, my thing is, you could have super chatted your question, and we would have answered that shit properly, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Anyway,
I'm
so
gonna say it like this for y'all. Y'all all been in school. Y'all all been in class before. When somebody is disruptive in class, do you just sit there and let them be disruptive, or did the teacher say, "Go to the principal's office"?
Exactly.
Like let's keep it funky. If people are here to learn something, then you got.
Oh, this nigga crying about ads. Okay, I'm not even going. Yo, man, look. There's ads running on my shit, and nigga, watch them ads.
Wait, nigga, if you don't want to see ads, then order YouTube Premium.
There you go.
He's complaining to you about ads on it.
Yeah.
Yo, I'm getting real.
Hey, Zach, congratulations though. You got to do some numbers to get some ads.
Okay, I've been getting some ads, but my point is this, nigga, and nigga, I can't look. I can't win too. I can't get my little piece of the YouTube pie out this motherfucker too.
But Zach, that has nothing to do with you. That's him being cheap, not paying for YouTube Premium.
There you go. Pay for that shit.
If you're fucking seeing ads on your YouTube videos, that's because you're not paying for YouTube Premium. That has nothing to do with us. What the fuck is wrong with y'all niggas?
Cheap, man.
See, this is the part I really dislike. If you don't want to pay for if you don't want to pay for YouTube Premium because you don't want to, let's say you got all the money to, but you just don't want to give YouTube that money. Why complain about it though?
Well, my
you
thing
guys
is
know
this.
what you're doing, so why complain about it?
Yo,
but the same niggas that complain about it, they never super chat $1. Like nigga, I just come on now. Look, I'm a capitalist. Like, what are we even talking about here?
Yo, bro, I got niggas talking about, yo, I forgot my password and I can't log into the Masculine Identity membership. Could you cancel my membership for me?
Nah, come on, bro. It's like, come on, what are we doing here?
Yo. What the fuck is up with y'all niggas, bro?
That's why y'all here.
Let's get okay. So let me answer this, and I tried hard not to answer this or to bring this up. He says, "What's the point of a relationship then?" You got to answer that for yourself. You got to answer that. See, this is the problem with you guys, right? If you think a relationship is mainly about your ability to have sex with that only person, then a relationship ain't for you. That means you don't truly understand the value of having that type of situation with somebody. If you're making the whole value of the relationship centered around whether or not you think a person is going to cheat on you, like, come on, man, like we're grown-ups. If you are afraid of being cheated on, don't get into a relationship. But if you get into a relationship and you think that possibility isn't real, then you're dumb. I mean, I gotta say it. You're dumb.
Yo, man. Guys, y'all gotta start being responsible for your own fucking life, man. Like, what are we talking about? Like, y'all Y'all come to the. Is that what y'all come to the internet for? For niggas to make your life decisions for you? Is that what it is? Oh man, Jesus!
I swear, I think a lot of people come to make the decisions they make to justify it.
Right.
Say, see, there's other people like me, and your whole goal in life shouldn't be like to be like other people, but to be like you.
Okay. So let's get to this last question. How do you deal with random people, negative energy, like mean looks? Yo, man. Yo, man. I can't even. I'm not even going. I can't even answer this shit. Yo, man, you got to be fucking kidding me.
Listen. I have an entire 40-minute video on my masculine identity membership that titled "How to Deal with Disrespectful People." Yes. So get on the masculine identity membership, G Swab, and right now you could get on my membership for $1. We got the fall sale going. Go get on my membership for $1 for the first month. Go over there and watch the video called "How to Deal with Disrespect." Is all there for you.
But are you telling me that you are emotionally impacted because somebody looked at you and squinted their eyes at you?
Yo, man, they be mean mugging me and shit, and I don't be doing nothing to them.
Man, come on! Like, are we serious?
Nah, they serious. They're dead serious. They're dead serious. No, Supreme Mackin, no more questions, nigga. All right, so guys, get your tickets for October 26th. We got the hold on, let me see. So you gotta get your tickets so you could come and get your poster. You know what I'm saying? Get your poster, man. We got the guys in the movie, man. So get your tickets October 26th. Everybody that comes through gets a poster, man. And go to masculineidentitymembership.com and get on the membership for the fall sale. $1 for the first month. $1 for the first month. We doing Zoom calls at 11 p.m. Monday through Saturday. So yeah, man. And shout out to Steve Dedeen. He said Miami will be fire. Yeah, so make sure y'all come through.
Let me say this. I'm also
leave me.
Fuck with the Manhood is a Skill Set joint. Also fuck with my Patreon. Also my channel membership. Let me say this to individuals that are scheduling consultations on the calendar link underneath my video. Guys, payment is due before the consultation. Payment is due before. Let me also say this real quick. For anybody that's on the Patreon and you're scheduling, for those of you that are on the particular tier that has that perk, if you're scheduling consultations, when you schedule it, make sure you tell me what tier you're on and what name you go by on the Patreon. So I don't got to be asking these questions. Let's be a little more efficient and proficient at scheduling these things, right? On that note, Jay Roman, you got anything you wanna plug and all that shit before we get up out of here?
Hey, watch the show tomorrow. Make sure that you go to Miami for this number 3 now?
Real Game No Theory. Oh, number 3
in Miami? Because you guys did the one in New York, the one in Vegas.
Oh yeah, this is the third event. This is the third event. But this is basically the culmination of all 3 events. This is like the trilogy of Game Kings 2, because the first, what we did in New York, we also filmed the documentary in New York. We filmed parts of the documentary in Vegas, as well as had the seminars. And then now this is the sum total of everything we did in Vegas and in New York. So that's what the movie is all about, man. So make sure y'all come through to see. This is part 3 of the trilogy. You feel me? So y'all come through and be part of that.
For people, if you didn't go to New York or you didn't go to Vegas, if you go to Miami, it's like you went to New York
and you went to Vegas
and Vegas.
Facts.
So hit that up, and then of course, like always,
good point. That's a good point. Appreciate that.
Yes, on that note, and I will be in attendance. Everything is purchased. Nigga was clowning like that. Zach gonna be at home watching it with us and shit. Like, no, nigga, I'm gonna be in Miami, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Don't play with me.
Yes, sir.
On that note,
I'll be out there too, Zach. You know.
Yes, sir.
All right, look forward to meeting.
Enjoy these festivities with y'all fellas. I appreciate it.
No doubt. It's gonna be a blast, man. I look forward to it. On that note, all the moderators, the ladies that came into the joint, appreciate you, all y'all ladies. As always, everyone that asked questions, no matter how irritating it was, and the people that called in, appreciate you. Got much love for you guys. You could have been doing anything else with your Saturday, but you was fucking with the Manhood is a Skill Set show, courtesy of the homie Miles and Jay Roman and myself. Appreciate you. Have a blessed day. We out.
Peace, peace, peace.